is intended to deliver on. These are consumer questions, not disciple questions. They shape our desires before we even realize it. And when we structure our church rhythms to satisfy people's preferences, not meaning that we should not try to be open and available and meet people where they are. That's not what I'm saying there in the slightest. But when the whole totality of what we do is just there to meet the preferences of people, we unwittingly build systems around consumerism and not the cross. Worship ceases to be sacrifice and becomes a service delivery. We bow to the idol of our culture, believing that if we don't keep the idol satisfied, it'll punish us. And just like Israel at the foot of the mountain, gold has been misused. The resource God gave to facilitate his presence becomes the very material we reshape into an idol. The issue isn't the gold. It's the heart that wields it. Another contaminant that I think, pronounce it well, okay? Authenticity is a big umbrella term in the mind of Ethan Wallace and other people that captures things like hyper-individualism, isolated individualism, like the cult of me kind of thinking, the thought of like you do you, okay? Those kinds of thoughts and questions and things that would when we talk about authenticity, it doesn't mean I don't believe that individuals don't exist, okay? We are not just one big mass of people, and Craig and Sarah are vastly different people, okay? They are both individuals. They are both authentically themselves. I don't expect to see Craig behaviors out of Sarah, and I don't expect to see Sarah behaviors out of Craig, okay? They are individuals, okay? That doesn't mean we don't have individuation within the body of Christ. There are many members in different parts, and they all function together, okay? So don't think that this is like a disparaging comment that we all need to dress and look and talk and walk the same, okay? We don't, okay? But can we get that just abundantly clear here? The problem becomes like when we treat the category of authenticity like an isolated individualism. I'm right no matter what you say. You can't come in. I don't want you here. This, that, and the other. That was not directed at you, Ellie. We do want you here. I'm glad you're here this morning. But when we think about like isolated individualism, it's like I've created such a hedge around myself that no one has access to me. No one can tell me anything. Like I am right because I am right, and you have no right to confront me, talk to me, or say anything, okay? In a culture that treats this kind of authenticity as the highest virtue, be true to yourself. In our worldview, the sovereign self feelings are authoritative. Unfiltered self-expression is considered freedom. But this version of authenticity is not the biblical call to walk in the light. It's a privatized self-rule disguised as vulnerability. The problem with this is when authenticity becomes an idol, community just becomes like downright impossible, okay? True community requires self-giving love, mutual submission, forgiveness, and accountability, none of which thrive when the self sits enthroned. Like probably the simplest mechanism we can think about this in is like friendship, not the show Friends, maybe the show Friends, but friendship, right? I allow people into my life that have like words that they can say to me that I'm like, well, you're probably right. Like, you're probably correct in this. Like, I was not being pleasant. I was not being